Hello students, welcome in your social science class. As you know that we have completed the reading of chapter 17 Civics, Fundamental Right, Fundamental Duties, and we know about the directive principle of state policies, and we also discuss about the secularism of India. Now we are going to discuss the solution of chapter 17. First of all, we will discuss the book exercise. First, part A, tick the correct option. The fundamental rights that came into existence in 2002 is. You must tick the correct option. The fundamental right that came into existence in 2002 is. The right answer is right to education. Second question, writs can be issued by. Who has the power to issue the writs? The correct answer is a high court. Third question, which of the following statements regarding the fundamental rights is incorrect? You must tell or you must here tick the incorrect option. Okay, the option is not supporting the statement. You must tick the option which is not supporting the statement. Okay, so option number B is incorrect. One can move to any court of law in the case of violation of fundamental rights. We cannot move any court of law in a case of violation of our fundamental right. Fourth question, identify the directive principle based on Gandhian philosophy. Option B is correct answer, to organize village panchayats. Fifth question, which one of the following promotes secularism? The correct answer is here, communal harmony. B part, here gap is there. You must fill the gap with the correct option with the correct answer. First, filling the blanks is the dash guarantee the fundamental rights to all the citizens of India. You must here fill the word that support the answer. The correct answer is Constitution. Second, right to work has been implemented for rural unemployment under Narega. Okay, the answer is Manrega. You must also know the full form of Manrega. Third, the practice of dash has been abolished to pave the way of social equality. Here the practice of untouchability has been banned or abolished by the government because it violates our fundamental right to equality. So correct answer is here untouchability. Fourth, Sikhs are allowed to keep a kirpan with them as a dash symbol. You know very well that keeping a kirpan is a religious symbol of Sikh community. So here correct answer is religious symbol. Fifth, the freedom of dash does not mean that there is no check on at all on your religious activity. The correct answer is that freedom of religion. Freedom of religion does not mean that there is a no check at all on your religious activity. It means that if you are free to follow any religion, it means not that if you are doing wrong activity to propagate your religion, that nobody will check it. Okay. Next, match the following. Question number 3rd. You have to match, two sides are here, A and B. You have to match the A option with the B by choosing the correct option is here. So first, secularism. From your that right side, A, B, C, D, E options are given here. You should choose any one or match the match with the correct word. First, from your that left side, sacralism is given and you must choose, and you should match with the sacralism. The right option is here, C. Sacralism, you should match with sacralism with the promotes harmony. Second, abolition of untouchability. Right to equality. E. Fundamental duties. Fundamental duties, you must match with fundamental duties. 42 amendment. It is a writ, fourth number. Q warranto, that is a writ. And it should be matched with the B. Q warranto is that is a writ. Directive principle of state policy, you should match with A. Directive principle of state policy, non-justiciable. Okay student, now come to part D. Now we are going to discuss part D. Answer the following question. Your first question is, explain the significance of fundamental rights in our day-to-day life. You must explain here the importance of fundamental rights in our daily life. How fundamental rights help us to live a smooth life. Significance of fundamental rights are, first, they gives the people a sense of security and confidence as it safeguards the basic human rights. Second, to protect us from such oppressive practices. Third, they ensure that a citizen can live with dignity and equality in his country. Fourth, they act as a mean to redress the violation of fundamental right. Question number 2. Explain the right to freedom of religion. Right to freedom of religion, it has 4 parts, and right to freedom is given article 25 to 28. So here are 4 points. You can see these points in your notebooks also. First, freedom to manage religious affair. It means we are free to manage our religious affair. To freedom, second part, to freedom to convert into any religion. We are free to follow any religion. Third, religious community can set up charitable institution of their own. Fourth, a state-run institution cannot impart education that is a pro-religious. Here, the institution which are running on the state fund or with the help of government is providing financial help to that institution. Such institution cannot impart, they are not allowed to give or impart religious education. Next question, third. The fundamental rights are justiciable and protected by the court. You know very well that Constitution has provided us fundamental rights. Not only the Constitution provided us the fundamental rights, but these are protected by the court also. Explain how fundamental rights are protected by the court, what we can do to protect our fundamental rights, and what are the duties of our court to protect our fundamental rights. So here, your last right, fundamental right, constitutional remedies, you must explain here. The right to constitutional remedies is considered to be the most important fundamental right. The last part, if there is no constitutional remedies is there in constitution, then there is no use of other fundamental rights. Okay, in the absence of constitutional remedies, all the fundamental rights are given by the constitution are useless. So it is very important part of our constitution, and it is also very important fundamental right that is provided us by the constitution. So first, It ensures the protection of our fundamental rights. Constitutional remedies provide us protection of our fundamental rights. Second, it helps the citizen in moving court in the case of violation of their fundamental rights. Constitutional remedies provide us the right to move in the court to seek the justice if our fundamental rights are violated by any person or by the law. So it is very important. Constitutional remedies is very important. Next, question number 4. Mention directive principles of state policy that has been implemented. It is very important question regarding exam point of view. So you must learn and try to understand the question very nicely. You must here explain, you must write here the directive principle of state policies. Earlier these points were the directive state principle, but now these has been implemented. One marks question may be also from these points, so you must underline 1 marks question. As first point, the right to education has become a fundamental right. Right to education has become a fundamental rights. Here 1 marks question will be also. You must prepare a 1 marks question here. Which directive principle of state policy now has become a fundamental right? So your answer will be right to education. Clear? Second point, right to work has been implemented under Manrega. Third point, Environmental Protection Act and Wildlife Protection has been passed. Earlier it was directive principle of state policy, but now it has been, a law has been passed. So it has become a law. Environmental protection, if anybody cut the trees and if anybody hunt the wildlife and try to destroy the wildlife, that should be a punishable act and it is also considered a crime. Fourth point, reservation for welfare of the women has been implemented. These are the 4 directive principles of state policies. Now these has been implemented. Question number 5. Why does government sometimes make exemption to help a particular religious community? Justify your answer with the example from recent time. How our government sometimes make exemption to help a particular community, religious community? You must also support your answer with the help of recent example should be there. How? With the help of example you must clear that point, that how government is providing help or exemption is there to help a particular religious community. You know very well that right to religious freedom, it is explained that state government has no its own religion, so state never partial to any religious community, but sometimes state government also help some religious community. Now we will learn how state government sometime help some particular religious community. In order to maintain peaceful and healthy system in a country, the government has to make exemption to help particular social, political, economic and religious group. Yani here question is here, why government sometime make exemption to help a particular religious community? So answer is here, in order to maintain peaceful and healthy system in a country. If the two community, there is a disturbance between two community, to maintain peace and harmony, government sometime make exemption to help that a particular social, political, economic and religious group. The government sometime make exemption help to a particular religious community in order to, point first, to safeguard their rights in case they are minority. If the community is in minority, to safeguard their rights. Next, prove that the governmental regulation would not affect their religious values and tradition. To prove that government regulation would not affect their religious value and tradition, here government, to prove that the any rule and regulation which is that regulated by the government would not affect the religious values and the tradition of that religious community. Third, create peaceful coexistence in different religion. If there is a differences in two religious communities, so to lessen these differences and to create the peaceful coexistence in different religious community, government sometime make exemption to protect these religious communities. For example, here we have to prove how government sometime make exemption. Religious minority in India are given reserved seat. The community which are religious community that are less than in number, okay, like Muslim. In our country, Muslim community, religious community, they are in minority in India, and they are given the reserved seat in parliament, okay, to provide them safeguard, to create peaceful coexistence, to prove that government regulation would not affect their religious value and tradition, to protect their tradition and religious value. Government provides the reserved seats in parliament to the minority community and government opportunity in order to maintain stability. Okay, to maintain their stability, government also help these minority community by providing opportunity. So students, these are the question of D part. You must write in your fair notebook and you must also learn side by side. Thank you. Have a nice day.